Hi and welcome to my channel, and in this video I have a fun and interesting challenge for those who have a 6x6 cube. Now this you could actually scramble and solve it as a 5x6x6 cuboid. Now so the funny thing is I've had this puzzle for probably 5+ years and just recently realized that it's possible to scramble it this way. I mean, it's obviously possible, it's just like the thought never came to me really until I got into cuboids recently. So the way you could scramble it and solve it is basically, first you have to always keep in mind white, the white and the yellow are your top and bottom, and they could only mix with each other. And second, basically if you turn it down the middle, this slice, you could never separate it down the middle. So you cannot cut it this way. The middle, imagine as if it's glued. So this is like a single layer. So this way you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is like 5, and the 6x6 is like this. So, and the way you scramble it basically is whenever you make turns like this, you could do 90-degree turns, but whenever you do turns like this, it always has to be 180-degree turns. Okay, so let's get to it. And the thing is just not to get confused and not to, split this like this. And okay, so you can do all kinds of turns, 180-degree turns. And then we do more turns like this, and just keep scrambling away. And it's quite an interesting solve. Not too difficult, as long as you know basic cuboid algorithms and concepts and stuff like that. Okay, so I'd say this is a fairly reasonable scramble. As you could see, the white and yellow is only mixed with each other, whereas here we have the other 4 colors mixed up. Okay, so the first thing to do in solving this is we reconstruct this middle slice, which are the 2 slices, but they're functioning as one. And this is a very intuitive step. So basically, if you know how to do a 2x2x3 cuboid, it's kind of the same concept, just more pieces to put together. So let's see. Let's say I turn this and I position this red duo right here, which is like a center of a 5x5. Put it here by doing a 180 turn with this slice. You see it places this here. And then we have a green, blue belongs here. So we have this blue here, so we position it like this. And I'm turning 2 layers so I can connect these reds to the reds over there. Kind of killing 2 birds with 1 stone. So I connected the red. Now I have the blue here. So I do it with this inner slice. And now I just turn this 180. And you can see I have the entire middle slice. It's very easy to solve that slice. Next, we reduce the top and bottom centers. And it's pretty much the same thing as doing with a 6x6 cube. Very simple, except you're doing 180-degree turns, commutators and stuff like that. So first is we have to analyze which face is going to be yellow, which is white, because it's an even layered cube, so as not to get mixed up. You could use the corners to determine this, or in my case, I'm always familiar, like if I hold the cube and I have blue here, red here, I know white must be here. So in that case, I know this has to be white, and most of the pieces I have here yellow, so I could switch them up by just putting them down, doing a 180, and then back, and then the same thing to put these there, 180, back. Most of the yellows are now down there. Now, to put in these pieces, I just use basic commutators, so let's flip it. So I want to put this piece, let's see, this yellow piece right here. So I put it in, turn it, get this out of the way, turn it back, return this, turn this back, turn this slice back. Basic commutator stuff. Same with this and these 2. I put these 2 in here, like this. Now I turn it like this. I hide these 2 on the sides like this, and just make sure I'm doing it the right way. Right, so this, like this, like that. Just make sure. I think I messed it up. And this middle is very easy to fix, even if you do certain moves. So, okay, just like this. And then turn this back here. And so this one has to be, let's see, yellow. Okay, so let's try it again. So I'm going to move this in here. I'm going to kick this out, and I'm going to turn 180, turn it back. Okay, now I just have this one piece. So I put this piece in like that, turn it aside, kick it out of the way, turn this back, put this back in, back, and the centers are done. So basic commutator stuff. Very intuitive once you know how to solve larger cubes. Next is we're going to reduce these strips right here. And so the way we do it is, it's also pretty much commutator kind of stuff. So for example, right here, we need a red piece. And let's see, do I have a red piece? I could use this one right here. So I put this on the bottom right here. So now this red piece is back there, and it's going to go up here. When I bring it here, I'm going to have to replace this with something broken. I could replace it just with this piece right here. So I put this in. I kick this strip out, turn 180, replace it, put it back in, and undo that move. And now we have this red strip. And we continue on the same way. So here I need a green piece. And let's see, and this could go here. So I put it in the back and the bottom to bring it up. I'm going to replace it with this. And make this strip. Put it to the side. Replace it with this. Bring this back and 180. Now I have this green strip right here. Now let's see. Okay, so I want to put these two blue pieces in here, and I could do it at the same time. And I'm going to replace it with this strip right here. So I put one in, put the other one in with the 180 turn, have this strip, bring it to the side, replace it with this, bring it back. And if you ever get confused which layers you have to turn back, you could refer to here, to the top. So I turn this back. Turn this back. Also, you can use the middle slice as well as a reference, and you can see I kind of broke it, but it's very easy to fix this middle slice. So yeah, so how many strips do I have? I have the blue one, I have the red one, and I have the green and the orange. So making progress. Notice I'm always very careful not to split it in the middle like this. Okay, so what are we gonna do next? Let's see. Okay, so we could pair the greens. So these two greens are going to go up here, and what are we going to replace it with? Replace it with this strip. So I put this on the bottom in preparation. I put this green piece in, and this one to make this strip. I put the strip on the side, flip, back, undo, undo. And I have this green strip here. Moving on, this red piece could go here, so I put it in the back. And now I have to think about what I'm going to replace it with. So let's see. I want to replace it with this. So let me put this broken one over here. Flip this, bring it back in order to maintain this in the back. Put this on the bottom. Now this red piece I put in here. Create this strip, put it here, replace it with this strip, move it back, and undo the move. And I have this strip now. And in the meantime, let's see. Okay, so now I have these two and these two. Okay, so I have this, and I could either put in the blue ones and replace it with an orange, which is going to fix all of them, or I could put in the orange ones and replace it with the blue strip, which is going to fix everything. So in this case, I already have the orange one here. So I put this completed orange one, and I put in the blue ones here, and I'm going to replace it with the orange. So the orange is going to mix with these oranges, and it's going to solve all the strips. So turn it in to make this strip, put it to the side, replace it with the orange strip, put it back, then undo those moves. And you can see we have all of our strips completed. Now, as far as the next step goes, so now you could either proceed with reducing these edges, or you could solve these full centers in the meantime. I'll go on and I'll solve these centers first. So first we make sure that the middle strip is intact. Like for instance, it's not turned off like this or something, you know, we just put it intact. And we double check which color goes where. Well, in this case, since it's technically like a 5x5, we already have the colors defined for us. So put in this strip here, 180 and back, basic cube moves, and then this one here back to make this strip, and then let's see, the blue, so we kick that blue out, turn back, and the green, turn back, and last one is the orange, in, turn back. Now we fix the middle strip, which is an intuitive step. Okay, so you can see the middle strip is fully intact. Once again, we just separate it so you can see it more clearly. You can see this middle one is fully intact. And as far as the strips go, we have the full centers solved. Bearing in mind that we solved it as a cuboid. So this part, it starts to get trickier, so you have to keep in mind not to split it down the middle because we're still solving it as a cuboid. Okay, so now we put in the inner, these corners. So this one we have in. We use standard cuboid algorithms. So let's see. We need a green, orange. This one does not belong here because the one that's up here has to be flipped. So this one, you can see because it's flipped in relation to the center, it's going to go down here. So we do 2R, U, 2R, UI, 2R. And when doing this algorithm, this flips this edge, this strip, I mean. And so we just position two other of the corner pieces in order to flip it back while maintaining this piece here. So here we need an orange blue. This is the wrong one because this is positioned the same way and has to be flipped in relation to it. And must be down here, so we can't, so we have to put in something here maybe. Blue, red. This one also is not the right one. This one is, okay. 2R, U, 2R, UI, 2R. Now, in the meantime, resolve the slice and see what we have left. So we have all the bottom corners in except one. So what I like to do in this case, I put a dummy one in, and then I put the correct one in order to avoid flipping this portion. Even though if it's flipped, you could still fix it with an algorithm, but just simpler this way. Okay, so we need orange blue, and this is the wrong one because you can see this one belongs on top. This is the right one. So we're not going to put this one in yet. We're going to put in a dummy piece like this one, and we remember that we have this one here. So we do 2R, U, 2R, UI, 2R. Now we put in the correct one, 2R, U, 2R, UI, 2R, and the whole bottom is built. As far as this top strip right here, this one we're talking about. So the first thing is we see if we have headlights, and if you know how to solve cuboids, you know what I'm talking about. So headlights is, we have two pieces on the right, like two oranges here, where the rest are out of place. So we could put these two oranges here, and then we know we need to swap these two corners. And we use the basic cuboid algorithm for that as well. Also a common algorithm used by the 2x2 and other puzzles. Okay, so this one is 2RU, 2RUI, 2RUID, making sure to turn both bottom layers, 2RUI, 2RU, 2RDI. And in this case we solved all the corners, as you could see, and we have two adjacent swapped edges. So the situations we could have two opposite swapped edges, or we could have two adjacent. We use standard cuboid algorithms. In this case, the algorithm to swap these two is 2RU, 2RU, 2R, 2U, 2R, 2U, 2R, U, 2R, UI, 2R. Now we have this flipped, and we do a different cuboid algorithm in order to flip these back. An adjacent edge swap, which is 2U with the whole middle, 2R, 2F, and now we do again 2U, 2U with these two slices. No, my mistake. Let me undo that. 2U, 2U, 2F, 2R, 2U. Okay, I just undid that. The reason I did, see, even I got confused, because we're solving this as a 5 by 6 by 6. We can't actually split it like this. Now, normally we could do this algorithm, it would swap them, but since we're solving it as a 5 by 6 by 6, we can't actually split them. So the way we can do it is the same kind of algorithm, except we're going to just turn this top as a U. So we're going to do 2U, 2R, 2F, 2U, 2F, 2R, 2U, 2F, and it solves it. So as you can see, this whole middle area is now solved. Top and bottom centers are solved. All that's left is the edges. And now we reduce those edges the same way. You see, like, we have greens, and I want to put one green in, so I know this one could go here. I put it in the back. I see if I have something to replace it with. So I put this in to make this strip. Get it out. Replace it. Back. Undo. And we keep doing that the same way. Like here I see I have mostly reds, and I need a red yellow, which is right here. And I'm going to replace it with this, so I put it in. To the side, replace it, back, undo. I want to put a red white in here, which is right here. So I put it on the bottom, the back. And from here I'm going to replace it with, let me see. I'm thinking, because I don't want to break these two apart, so if I bring these here, it's going to take this one out, which is okay. So I put in, make this strip, to the side, replace, put it back, undo. What else? Okay, so I have green, yellow, and I have the other two green, yellow right here. So let's see, what am I going to replace them with? I don't want to break this apart because I have all of the orange whites except this one. What about this one? If I put this in here, let's see. I'd rather break this one apart, so I'm going to put this here, back, back. So this one in the bottom. Now I bring that in to make this strip, put it here, replace it, back, and undo. Now let's see. Okay, so it's all pretty much commutators. You see, so I have the yellows and oranges, and I have this one right here. Now this one I want to bring back an orange white if possible, and it is. So if I replace it with this, it's going to bring back the orange white. So I put this in here, place, back, undo. Okay, what do I have left? So I have the blues with the white and the yellows, and let's see what I could do here. So in this case, when you have two edges left, what you do is the same algorithm as we did before, and it gets tricky because you don't want to, you have to maintain the fact, remember the fact that, you know, you can't split it down the middle, and you're gonna have to hold the cube sideways to do the algorithm. So it's particularly important to remember that you can't split it down the middle. And it's gonna swap these pieces here same way as we did before. So we do 2u, 2r, 2f, 2u, 2f, 2r, 2u, 2f, and that fixes them. And now we turn it back, maintaining our perspective. Now this is the top and this is the bottom, and we fix the centers. Okay, so now all the edges are done. So let's see, we double check to make sure tops and bottoms are correct based on the color scheme. So I know that, yeah, blue is here, red is here, white is supposed to be here, so it's all correct. Maintaining the top and bottom. So so now we just put in the edges. So let's see, it's also intuitive stuff. So we have the orange, so just put it here, put the orange edge in, red one, put it in. Okay, so we have, now we just need to swap these two, do it with some intuitive moves, and like that. Okay, and then let's see what we have. So now we put in these corners. So this is a blue, orange, white, which belongs here. So we put it above where it needs to go. 2RU, 2RUI, 2R. And in order, we take out a dummy piece in order to fix this. 2RU, 2RUI, 2R. This is green, orange, white. So green, orange, white belongs here. 2RU, 2RUI, 2R. Blue, red, white belongs here. 2RU, 2RUI, 2R. And let's see, I think something is off. Just double check. Okay, so yeah, these two edges are placed wrong. I was wondering what's off, you know. This is solved so much, so I'm just gonna flip it, and I have this all correct. I'm gonna fix that later. Okay, so these two need to be swapped. So I'm just gonna take one out. 2RU, 2RUI, 2R. I'm gonna put this in. 2RU, 2RUI, 2R. And then I'm gonna put a dummy piece in here first. 2RU, 2RUI, 2R. I'm gonna put the correct piece. 2RU, 2RUI, 2R. Okay, now we look for headlights, which we have right here. These two need to be swapped, the corners. 2RU, 2RUI, 2RUID, 2RUI, 2RU, 2RDI. Now we have a number of edges swap. We could do either adjacent first, or we could do opposite. So I can swap the opposite first. 2R, 2U, 2R, 2U, 2R, 2U. Now, in order to fix this, I could just place this here right away to do the adjacent swap. 2RU, 2RU, 2R, 2U, 2R, 2U, 2RU, 2RUI, 2R, and it's solved. So that's how we solve a 6x6 cube as a 5x6x6 cuboid. And so yeah, if you're bored with solving your 6x6 as a regular way, this is something to try out. Thanks for watching. Until later.